Welcome to Asian ID. When a story hasn't even begun airing, yet the noise around it already sounds like a storm tearing through the quiet expectations of an audience. Why does a number like 180,000 reservations in just 2 days feel less like data and more like a signal flare shot into the sky of collective curiosity? Is it the promise of something new that draws people in, or the comfort of something familiar that keeps them watching from the shadows when good rain knows its season steps into the spotlight? Does it carry the weight of its own narrative, or the echoes of everything that came before it as voices clash online, some groaning "not this again" while others eagerly wait for the first glimpse of footage? Are we witnessing disagreement, or simply two sides of the same anticipation? What does it say about us when a drama not yet released can already divide us so sharply, as if we are arguing over a memory rather than a possibility? At the heart of it all stand Guo Yuxin and Wang Haozhen, two names now inseparable in the minds of many. But is that unity their greatest strength or their quietest limitation? Does the idea of a third collaboration feel like a celebration of chemistry, or a warning sign flashing in the distance? Why do some people see familiarity as stagnation, while others see it as proof of something rare and worth preserving? Is repetition always a failure of imagination, or can it sometimes be the refinement of something already meaningful? When critics question whether the production is playing it safe, are they defending artistic integrity, or simply fearing their own boredom? And when supporters defend the pairing, are they celebrating genuine connection, or protecting an illusion they are not ready to lose if audiences claim they're tired of the same faces together? Why does data suggest they still choose them, again and again, without hesitation? Is there a hidden contradiction between what we say we want and what we actually cannot resist watching? The truth may lie in something quieter, something less accusatory and more human, because don't we all crave both novelty and familiarity at the same time? When two actors share undeniable on-screen chemistry, does that chemistry belong to them, or to the audience that breathes life into it? Is it possible that what we call CP is not just a pairing, but a shared dream constructed by millions of viewers who project their own emotions onto it? And if that dream has already proven successful twice, is it really so surprising that the industry chooses to believe in it a third time? From a business perspective, does it not make perfect sense to invest in something that has already shown it can return not just profit, but attention, loyalty, and obsession? Yet from an artistic perspective, does that same decision risk turning passion into formula, and connection into routine? As the narrative of this new drama shifts toward healing, toward the quiet pain of adults rebuilding themselves after emotional fractures, does it offer a genuine evolution, or just a softer disguise? Can actors truly transform if the audience continues to see them through the lens of who they once were? When Guo Yuxin steps into the role of a single mother, carrying not just romance but responsibility, will viewers allow her to be someone new, or will they search for the familiar sweetness they already know? And when Wang Haozhen sheds the image of the untouchable CEO to become a flawed architect, will his vulnerability feel authentic, or merely rewritten? Is changing a character enough, or must an actor also break free from the invisible expectations that cling to their image? Perhaps this is where the true tension lies, not in the number of elaborations, but in the depth of transformation hidden within them. Because audiences are no longer easily convinced, are they? And haven't they learned to recognize the difference between evolution and repetition within just a few scenes? If the story fails to feel real, will all the careful marketing, scenic filming locations, and poetic titles matter at all? And if it succeeds, will those same critics who once doubted it quietly become its most devoted advocates? Isn't it fascinating how quickly skepticism can turn into praise when something truly resonates? The debate itself reveals something deeper, something almost uncomfortable, because it is not just about the actors or the drama. Is it? Isn't it about our own relationship with stories, with familiarity, with a need to believe that something can grow instead of merely repeat? When we accuse a production of recycling, are we rejecting laziness, or expressing fear that nothing new can surprise us anymore? And when we defend it, are we embracing possibility, or clinging to something that once made us feel alive? In the end, does the number of collaborations really matter, or is it simply a symbol onto which we project our expectations and anxieties? Because what we truly want is not a first time, or a third time, but a moment that feels like the first time all over again. Isn't it? So when the drama finally airs, and the screen lights up with familiar faces in unfamiliar roles, will we watch with open minds, or with verdicts already written? Will we allow ourselves to be surprised, or will we search for confirmation of what we already believe in? Perhaps the most piercing question of all lingers quietly beneath the noise, waiting for each of us to answer it alone. Are we tired of seeing the same pair, or are we simply afraid they might no longer make us feel the way they once did? Thank you for watching the video. See you again.